Hey everybody, Scott Spreitzer here from DocSports.com. This is your early report for Friday, May 4th, 2018. Free pick coming up in just a bit. A quick note about the Kentucky Derby preview. We'll have that up and ready no later than 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific on Friday night, right back here. Kentucky Derby video. You won't want to miss out on that. Another premium play winner last night in Major League Baseball, the Atlanta Braves, easily winning 11-0 over the New York Mets. And that 4-unit win on the Atlanta Braves now means just since last Friday, going into today, this Friday, over the past week, 78% winning ticket clip in baseball. And we're up over $2,700 for those wagering, just $100 per unit. Cool thing about Friday, I've got my next 7-unit Major League Baseball side going. 7-unit is big as we get, and I've only released 2 over the past 2 weeks. We won both. We won 10-1 with Tampa Bay 2 Saturdays ago. Last Saturday, 11-1 with the New York Yankees. Let's make it 3 in a row with this big 7-unit play on Friday. Again, you can get it exclusively at DocSports.com. And speaking of premium plays at Doc Sports, if you're not yet a member at DocSports.com, see the box below my video. All you got to do is click on the link, sign up for that free $60 account. Again, if you're not yet a member, click on the link below and get set up at DocSports.com. Let's talk about some NBA from last night. We mentioned a couple of times this week, once Cleveland got past their first round opponent, Indiana, that we just didn't trust the Toronto Raptors, that they had the confidence or the know-how to beat LeBron and the Cavaliers. We thought that those late season games where they matched up and Cleveland won both in the regular season, that it was just a confidence deflator, I guess you could call it, for the Toronto Raptors. Didn't think they had the confidence to beat this team. They've lost the first 2 games at home. Now they got to go to Cleveland. And boy, I tell you, just one of those rough situations for Casey. He might be out. If they get knocked out of this one early, 5 games or less, even 6 games, you might see a new coach there in Toronto next year. And this was a guy who some were calling Coach of the Year going into these playoffs. Also wanted to mention last night, while I was right on Cleveland in that analysis, I was wrong with the 76ers. They jumped down to that 51-31 lead over the Boston Celtics. Major collapse final couple minutes of the first half. Went up by 5 late fourth quarter. Major collapse at the end of the game. And guys, just an ugly performance down the stretch in both halves. And Philly loses the game outright to Boston, now down 2-0. They'll head home. Early line on that one so far. Philadelphia, 9.5-point favorite, total about 207.5. And I'm looking at the lines right now in that Cleveland Cavaliers Game 3 matchup. They will be, or they are, I should say, a 4.5-point home favorite to Toronto on Saturday. I'll be a little surprised if the public doesn't get involved with the Cavaliers now in that particular game. Friday's games, again, line service shows Golden State laying 4 and 4.5 at New Orleans. Totals up to 232 in some shops. Sharp joint in Vegas, Jerry's Nuggets, standalone book. They don't have to answer to the bean counters in Las Vegas. Mark Duffy does a great job running that book. It is a sharp book. They've still got Golden State, by the way, at 4. So if you want to lay less than 4.5, you can do so if you're in Las Vegas at Jerry's Nugget downtown. Same with CGT books as I'm looking at their numbers right now. They're all over the place in Vegas as far as the locations, and they are currently also laying just 4 with Golden State. Again, at Jerry's and also the Westgate Superbook in Las Vegas, they've got Houston only laying 3.5 at Utah for Friday, 4 in most shops. And of course, what Houston has to do is not forget about Joe Ingles. Good player, 15, 16 points per night, but he went off on him the other night and he was wide open time after time. He sank 10 of 13 overall, 7 of 9 from behind the arc, and he scored, 27 points in that game. So they've got to get back at being able to put some defense on Joe Ingles, make him work off the ball a little bit, not just let him set up and take those open shots like he was the other day. They are, by the way, 24-13 against the spread as road chalk this season are the Rockets. And the last 27 times on the road after allowing 115 or more points per game, all those games under Mike D'Antoni, they're 19-7 against the spread, and they've averaged in those 26 games 115 points while allowing just 106. You would think Houston able to right the ship on Friday, go up 2-1, gain back home court advantage. Major League Baseball, 2 early moves overnight from the Diamond that going into Friday and headed into the card. We've got right now Minnesota at a couple of joints. And Berrios up about 20 cents from the opening line over the White Sox and Fulmer. Up a good 20, 25 cents in a couple of offshores. Underdog early movement for Friday is on the Seattle Mariners over the Angels. Seattle was kind of an early mover yesterday, and today again on Friday, they're an early money mover underdog over the Angels. Seattle's going to have Leak on the mound. The Halos reportedly off the sweep over Baltimore will send Garrett Richards to the hill. The game will be my free pick in just a minute. We'll get to that analysis. Early mover won yesterday, by the way, with the Nationals. You'll remember we talked about that a little bit. I did not play that game, either side or total. Didn't trust Hellickson as the early mover, but they did win that game 3-1. Again, before we get to the free pick, 7-unit baseball, premium side, going on Friday's card. 2-0 the last 2 weeks with these plays. We won those 2 games by a combined score of 21-2, 78% winning baseball run going back to last Friday, and up over $2,700 for those wagering just $100 per unit. Again, premium plays only at DocSports.com, 7-unit play going on Friday. Free pick, we go back to that battle between the Angels and the Mariners. The Angels now 0-6 against the Red Sox and the Yankees, but 19-6 against everybody else they played, and well up over 50 as far as their run differential against everybody not named the Red Sox and the Yankees. I'm not so sure I agree with this line movement on Seattle. Leak comes in off his last 3 starts, allowing 17 earned runs, 25 hits, all of that in about 15 1/3. And the Angels have won 11 of the last 12 road games. Seattle just 7-20 at home against teams with a winning record. But again, early money on Seattle, we don't agree with it. The Halos, they've won 4 straight Garrett Richards starts, or did, I should say, before the loss to the Yankees in his last outing. We're going to say he flushes that one away, comes back and pitches well at Seattle on Friday night. Free play on the Halos over the Seattle Mariners. Again, if you're not yet a member, click below the link and set up your free $60 account. Kentucky Derby report available late Friday night. Don't forget, click the thumbs up button if you like what you see, or subscribe. Thanks to those who have already done so. Again, back Friday night, 11 Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. And as far as our normal reports, we'll be back bright and early Sunday morning before the crack of dawn, 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific. I'm Scott Spreitzer of DocSports.com. Put Friday in the win column. We'll talk to you again Friday night.